He made some errant throws.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing
All
just
right,
10
time for the
points to go on the
recap.
field for them in a tight second half. And remember the old adage, practice
Pretty
makes
happy with the
perfect.
squad
One
overall.
wins championships.
Tough
Maybe a
matchup.
game, maybe a championship,
You
maybe
know,
not.
Les actually
Either
does
way,
some
they
things
did a
that
job.
you
Just
kind
like
of see
Coach
some
K
things
said,
going. If you
they
watch
did a
the,
job. I mean, when they went out there with that
excuse me, watch the whole
determination
game,
and
you can
the
see on
technique
multiple times.
to
I
get
kind of
what
knew
they
what was
wanted to
coming.
accomplish,
And I said early on, if I can stop the corners and the play actions, then we got a shot. And ultimately was able to do that.
they're going to
He
try
wasn't
to
able to get as many of those corner passes off. He wasn't able to lean on those in those critical gotta have it situations, which made it a little bit tougher. We did pretty decent against the pass. I mean, against the run. Um, Akers was able to get going a little bit, but we were able to hold him decently. Let me see, because I actually had a div. Akers 55, yes sir. So I had to hold him under 75 to get a div for my D tackle. So we were able to hold him. Should be able to get that div going. So passing, this is the now we can work with this Matt. This is the Matt we can work with. He was actually willing and dealing. 279, 73%, had the one interception, which was, you know, 50-50 ball. Threw it up to the tight end, and DB just jumped over the tight end. I mean, there's a picture floating of Ramsey doing that in real life. This wasn't Ramsey, but still, you know, that happens. So Stafford, 14 to 30, so we're able to keep him under 46%. That was critical. And four interceptions. So Stafford is his throwing ability was actually kind of nice, and Les actually freeformed some pretty clean passes. The kind of impressive passes there. We couldn't do jack on the ground, but I got to keep you honest. So we still ran it 18 times, 18 rushes, 26 passes. So you know, still got to keep you honest. Even if it's not working, I want you to not just sit back and have one D tackle and 10 different linebackers slash corners or defense tackle. I mean DBs. Longest was 6. Last week he busted one for 75. The week before was like 40 or 50 was his long. So I mean he got held in check today. That's all right. All right, distribution. Great distribution. This is what I like to do. We got 6-5-4-4. If you're open, we throwing it. That's what it boils down to. So Robbie actually came through really nicely for us. He almost came through on another one. He just dropped it, but it happens. Drops happen, especially contested catches. McCaffrey, I didn't realize he had 5, but interesting. So he keeps his DBs back about 10 to 12 yards every play almost. And so if he's blitzing at all and the DB has flat coverage, I mean, it's wide open flats. So I was able to hit him on that a few times. And then the youngster, Terrace Marshall, not Terrence, but Terrace Marshall was able to go off. Uh, actually, you know what? Moore has 0 catches. That's interesting. I know I threw it to him. He missed some, but that's interesting. It's hard being a receiver in my offense because I don't really pay attention to who's who when I pick a play, so I'm not targeting a user. Secondary is leading in tackles. The top 4 in my secondary are leading in tackles. Assists, Shaq Thompson. I was able to get 4 assists with Baker as a user. User Shaq a couple times as well. And so Baker may have gotten some of those otherwise, but yeah, leading tackles overall is basically my secondary, and then a couple linebackers here. Tackles for a loss, I mean, we got 7 of them. Sacks, we got 2. Gross Matos, I like that cat, young cat. So he was able to get some Littleton, who just came back off an injury, and Shaq Thompson, they were able to split one. Xavier Woods was able to get one. Chin able to get one, and Dante Jackson. So Chin came out balling. And backstory, I had to write this up as a Bleacher Report, but Chin almost got traded, not because of bad performance, but because of Matt Corral's bad performance. Matt had 2 horrible games, and but they were 2 raining games, 15 mile per hour wind in one and 17 in the other. So, I don't know. We were able to still compete, but we should have won the 49ers game. Matt was playing horrible. I almost went out and got Dak, and Chin was a part of that trade. So I ended up holding off because Chin is a second year, 93 speed corner that's 83 overall already, and I believe a star. So he'll dev up nicely. But I just couldn't get rid of him. So he must have heard that he was potentially being traded. And I mean, look, he interception, a lot of tackles, pass deflections. I mean, the dude was balling. No forced fumbles and no defensive touchdowns, even though we kind of got close. Now this is key. No forced fumbles there and no interception for Ramsey. That was one of my scenarios as well. No forced fumble and no interception for Ramsey. I don't know. I'll probably just get XP for that, but all right, let's check the highlights here. So this was an early gamble. I know he likes to run. Now, if he wasn't running this little zig on the left over here and he was just running a seam with Cooper, I mean, he probably hits his head on the goalpost. He also missed square on the outside. He should have threw that immediately. But he was looking for that crosser, I guess. Or maybe he was looking for that corner. He does like the corner routes there. I was supposed to be blitzing, but I didn't have any intention of blitzing. I was wanting to cover that crosser. And we just got to him. Got to him in time. I mean, he had people open. He just held it too long on that play. This was a big play. He's open, but he also has somebody running with him that's kind of underneath. Corner sat down. I was already throwing. I'd already made my decision at this point, but I probably could have scored if I hit, who's that out there? Robbie. If I would have hit Robbie right there, I'd probably score. But I don't run this play a lot. It was like the cheese in 22, and I just don't like running it. I could have hit the tight end here, but he was actually usering in that area, so I thought he might slide over, so I hesitated. So I didn't even look at Robbie. I went tight end right here, Trimble, number 80, and then crosser, and checked my streak over here on the left as well, which with a more capable quarterback, I probably would have tried to back shoulder that one as well, but I'm not doing that with Matt. So high ball it, throw it up, let Terrace go get it. He's 6'4", 6'5", something like that. Let Terrace go do what he can do. This was a great throw. This was when I gained confidence in Matt. He had missed one earlier. I think he may have threw the interception already. Maybe not. Maybe that was coming later. I know what it was. He missed a pass, probably this one right here. Yeah, it was to Ian, my other tight end. Ian's wide open. I mean, it's an easy first down pitch and catch. He's going to gain 15 to 20 yards, and he just misses them big time, right up the seam. He splits the safeties. He's not going to score, but he's going to, make a good play there, get a first, and keep the drive going. So when I come back and I have a play that's similar, not the same one, but similar in structure where the tight end's just releasing, I see that the tight end's there. I have a potential throw over here to DJ, but I'm a little nervous about his placement on some of these. So I wasn't sure, and I said, you know what, throw it to the back, throw it to the goalpost. He has him beat. I highballed it just in case, and he puts it right on the money. Great catch by Ian. I called him Trimble earlier, but it's Ian Thomas. I don't know why the camera won't let me get this one. This again, I didn't catch that Coop was on that side. So I was looking over here at the crosser because he runs that play action and it's always a crosser coming. But he had Coop up there, and I dove, missed the tackle. So good play. He was able to get one of those corner routes off on the play action, so couldn't fault him on that. This was the interception. So I'm going to read over here on the left. Yeah, see, I went back and looked at it. I got rid of it a little early. I felt the pressure coming. C-Mac usually does not pick up blocks like that. But he actually picked that one up, which was nice. But I had Terrace Marshall, big 88, right there in the middle, running. Again, a more capable quarterback. I probably put that over the shoulder to the left. Corral's not there yet. But once I saw the pressure, my quick throw, quick read was the end. You can see the cornerback is already bleeding in. I'm not throwing that. So the tight end is my only other option. Highball it. Let's just see if he can go get it. And it just was a little bit too high. Tight end couldn't go up and get it. His DB did. Great play by the DB there. Yeah, this one, corners. So you can see I went out here and used it, the outside. I didn't want to, I thought he was going to come a little bit flatter. He actually ran that like to the pylon corner. So I was trying to bait him and then bail. You can see me bailing right here. And I wasn't close enough. But he threw it way too flat, way too late. And Xavier Woods was able to get it. And then we get the ball on the one. But we ended up driving after that. This one here, I mean, Robbie's 96 speed. His corner is still backpedaling. They're even, and he finally turns. Oh, yeah, that was just hum that up, see what Robbie can do. So we get it down on the one. This was my bonehead move, absolute bonehead move. This is third down. I'm thinking it's second, but Robbie gets down there. We're out of timeouts. I try a quarterback sneak. We don't get it. I can't run the sneak again. So I'm like, all right, let me try to get McCaffrey. Of course, who comes in with the instant block shit. I should have double teamed. I didn't even think about it. But I should have double teamed. But he gets me. I come out, spike the ball immediately. Oh yeah, spike it. It's fourth down. That's definitely a low light for me. I usually am paying attention, and I thought about it. That's the worst part. I actually thought about the play and was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and run it, because then I can come. McCaffrey, I mean, if I throw it right now, McCaffrey's open, but he's pretty much boxed too. And so I try to throw it away, and he just doesn't throw it. So get sacked. So this one here, amazing back shoulder, or not back shoulder, but freeform. I mean, the post is there. I mean, he throws it. The post is running towards the safety, but he releases this thing right here and up. Beautiful pass. I got to give less props on that. He actually has Cup. He actually doesn't even need to wait. I mean, Cup has him right here. I mean, that's a much easier throw to Cup and probably gets more yards, but still. Like, really wouldn't say anything should change on that play. I mean, he drilled that. This one, I probably shouldn't have switched, but I switched and I'm spamming triangle because I'm like, oh yeah, got him. Nope, don't have him. Another good post route. Yeah, he could have hit Cup right here on the sideline as well, but it's a dangerous throw to throw that post with the safety sitting there and he's looking at you. Yeah. Man, that should have been a pick. Good throw. We come out. He gets on the goal line. I did not understand this. He gets on the goal line. Let's look at the plays leading up to this, right? 1st and 10, 4 yards by Akers, 4 yards by Akers, 5 yards by Akers. Then he comes out and he runs a play action. And he doesn't get any yards. He throws it, but he rolls so far that he throws it to the tight end who just jumps up and just gets leveled for no yards. Then he comes out on the very next play. I mean, he's on the 1. Akers just got through getting all those yards, and he runs a rollout left. Well, we have Akers boxed, and I already know, like, I mean, pretty much everybody knows these plays, right? Like, once he's doing that, you know Akers is going to the flats. You know there's a backside, and you know the tight end is going to try to go back here to the left. So I'm just going to cover everything up top so he can't, like, freeform me and get that one off. So, I mean, he probably should have just went ahead and threw it to Akers. Pause, but a big sack right there. And then he comes out, and Akers runs for 7, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he should have ran Akers three times in a row. He was actually starting to get yards there. So we come out and we start connecting on some passes, just hitting him for those quick dumps. You know, he's backing his corners up. I mean, you can see right there, look how far back they are. About 8 yards there, 8 to 10 really. Yeah, I guess roughly. And so he had been sitting them, and because he had been sitting them, all right, I'm gonna test them. And they set again, and you can see, like, as soon as I hit my depth, I'm throwing, not waiting. I'm not checking the safety. I'm throwing, and then Robbie just mean mug muscle him. You know, so at the end of the half, Robbie gets stopped right at the 1. I mean, that should have been a touchdown, but great tackle. But I had my choice right here. I could have hit the little curl, but the safety's inside the numbers. Robbie's outside. I'm throwing that 10 times out of 10. On the other side of the field, I mean, I got probably an even easier touchdown over here on this side because, I mean, he just was sitting them. I don't know why he was sitting them on second down, but he set them down. We come out. He comes out, throws one to Cup, dropped on that one. He kind of like highballed it. I think there's like 3 people around him. Then he throws one away. Then Chin gets an interception. No clue why this has 0 on the rating, but it's an interception to basically close out the game at that point. Well, not close it out because I still need to get down there, but I mean, we get the ball on the 22. So I'm rush, field goal. Like, I'm not even going to chance it. So now we're up by 10. And he just has to try to get one of these off. Throws one into, you know, really triple coverage, not quadruple, but he had Cup on a crosser. But I guess he hit on it earlier, so he thought he could hit on it again. But I was playing safety. Nobody was in my zone, so I'm crashing. If he doesn't get it, I may, because it's out of the reach of the receiver. But still, at that point, it's ball game. Take the knee, get out with the W. So really good game. You know, Les definitely has a good squad, tough to beat. It's just some of the things I just kind of saw after watching his Dallas game. I kind of saw some tendencies that we were able to key on. And then Matt Corral showed up. I mean, he absolutely showed up today. So we'll see how he does in the next game. Hopefully we can come out and have the same success with Matt in the next game and going forward, and get that dev up from a star to a superstar. So we'll see. Catch you on the flip.